All right, we are doing Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio today. This one's going to be intense. You've probably heard that word a million times if you are a Scorpio, but that is the energy. The energy is intense. It's got a polarity to it, it's got depth to it. You cannot avoid the dark sides when you're talking, about Scorpio energy here. You address them, you confront them. So have a seat, get comfy, and let's dive into this. If you don't already know the tale of Black Moon Lilith, make sure to look that up on Patreon and watch the introductory video to Black Moon Lilith so you understand what it's about and what these themes are about. Now let's talk about Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is connected to the 8th house in astrology. It's connected to the Tower card in tarot. And it is a sign of destruction, transformation, life, okay? Being alive through all the senses. It's about not just transformation, but the metamorphosis, the coming out of something dark, coming out of an environment that should have killed you. Like the lotus flower. I think that is a flower that blooms in mud. Scorpio energy. But Scorpio energy is also the manipulative. It's dark, it's painful. It is it's making me cry as I step into this energy, because it is the ugliest sides of life possible, like the Scorpio witnesses. But with that, you're highly protected if you do what you are meant to do in an aligned high vibrational way, which is what I'm here to help you with. Now, I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but if you have Scorpio placements and you feel like you're operating in shadow side, this energy works for you, and use that for all of the Black Moon Lilith videos. This series basically goes into the shadow side of all of the archetypes, all 12 of the archetypes. That is a fucking dope thing to know, especially if you are an astrologer, tarot reader, whatever yourself. Okay, so if you have Mercury in Virgo, go watch that Black Moon Lilith and find out about the shadow sides of Virgo. Look for it in your own life. While we're on this topic of Scorpio, we're going to be on the topic of shadow side, dark energy. And we all have shadow sides and dark energy. The people that try to banish that away from them, the people who think they're better than everybody because of what they do and because they suppress their shadow sides, those are the darkest motherfuckers out here. Those are the most evil motherfuckers out here. Trust me. Why? That intensity grows. If you suppress it, you reject it, you ignore it, that intensity just grows and grows and grows, and then it spits out like venom. And that's why those people, they keep trying to suppress it, because they're like, holy shit, now we're getting really, really intense. And then it just keeps growing, and it's a toxic cycle. Now you, my Patreon babies, you are going to know, and you are going to learn how to embrace your dark sides, befriend your shadow sides, heal them, nourish them, discipline them, be in constant communication with them, so that way you control it and it does not control you. That is my biggest fucking lesson I've been preaching, I think, this month, is do the shadow work. It's important to do shadow work. Let's get into this Black Moon Lilith energy. So Lilith, in terms of love and relationships, I kind of want to start there, because the sign of Scorpio heavily deals with love and relationships. The 8th house is bonds, intimacy, and deep bonds. This is bonds emotionally, spiritually, especially, and materially. Scorpio energy, it can see right into your soul. If you have Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio, you have Scorpio placements, you are an intuitive ass person, and you see right through people's masks, and you see their soul. You see their soul. And that is uncomfortable for people, because they haven't even seen their own soul yet. And you're over here seeing it, soundboarding it, amplifying it, mirroring it back without even needing to do it. Your aura is already doing that. and it makes other people uncomfortable. And so Scorpio's navigating the world like that, constantly mirroring to people and amplifying and soundboarding other people's bullshit, other people's secrets, other people's lies, other people's dark sides, all the shit that they suppress. And that's why people really don't like Scorpio energy, because you cannot be around a Scorpio and still ignore your dark sides. Their aura, their energy is going to bring it out of you. It's going to bring it out of you. They will shake you up and show you where you're being powerless, or where you're being too dominating, or where my mind, I'm getting heavy here with this energy in my chest. And I think it's because I'm a Scorpio moon myself, so I understand this, and I think one of the reasons that I got this heaviness is because this can also be such a dark thing for both parties. Because as you, Scorpio, you mirror other people, they're mirroring it right back to you. You can fall into playing with the dark side a little too much sometimes. And you can cause a lot of mayhem and a lot of destruction if you are in that frequency. If you are not using this in a high vibrational way, you get bad karma, Scorpio, because you are entrusted with a really serious power. Okay. Now, Lilith also has to do with where we feel powerless and where we feel shame. So if you have Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, anytime you try to speak the truth, anytime you try to show how powerful you are, it's like we're shut down. It's like we're shunned for it. People make us feel shameful for it. And this is when, we start to hold that in and hold our truth. And this is where I see Scorpios, they get sick. Their throat chakra is blocked. Throat chakra rules manifestation and expression, the ability to express all the energy going on within you in human design. And if this is blocked, you are not going to be able to create the life that you want. You're not even going to be able to express to your own self and to other people that you want something. Scorpios really got to unblock that throat chakra, really let the energy flow out and say the truth. Unearth it, even though it causes an earthquake. You are the deliverer. You are the delivery and the protection of truth. The hard truth, too, at that. And, with this energy, too, Scorpio rules over domination and submissive energy. So you can be, with Black Moon Lilith, either overly dominating or overly submissive. With Scorpio, it's either extreme. You probably even can bounce between both. When you're overly dominating, you're taking advantage of people's weakness. When you're overly submissive, people are taking advantage of yours and you're letting them. And when you are not aware of your power and that you have this, knack for delivering truth, you drain others. You can easily drain others. Black Moon Lilith is dark energy. So when you aren't aware of your power, you instead of holding it, you become this black hole where you just drain the fuck out of everybody else. And you'll know it when you're like that, Scorpio. I call it you're the Black Widow. So spiders, it's funny, they have 8 legs. Scorpio rules 8 house. They are the female spiders will eat the male spiders. And the male spiders, funny enough, are like willing to be eaten. They're like, I'm gonna sit here until you decide to eat me. It's funny, but the metaphor is that they are man eaters. They're eating their own kind, and you can do that sometimes to people you get into relationships with Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio. Drain the fuck out of them for all their energy, all their resource, all their personality, And you will see it. You will physically see it. If you see a picture of you when you first started dating that person, they probably looked full, whatever. And then when you see a picture of you by the end of you dating that person, they're probably so skinny, so like lacking energy. You killed the old them. You literally, this is a karma. A hard karma that Black Moon Lilith sometimes has to go through. I'm not saying you will every time, but I'm saying you might have to in the past. And usually if you have once and you learn from it, you don't have to do it again. So use this video to learn. But yeah, you can suck someone dry. And this is the karma of you rule over the metamorphosis, the transformation. You rule over death and rebirth. So you literally will suck them dry and like drain them of the old selves until they're nothing. And then when you leave, they're forced to rebuild themselves. And they get to rebuild themselves in a more authentic way. Now, this is not to excuse your chaos, your mayhem, your toxic sides, because I told you, Scorpio, the delivery of this matters. And if you are toxic with it, you get bad karma with it. You get a toxic life out of it. If you are, mindful of it, honest about it, and you say, hey, I do feel like I'm draining you. Be real about that. I feel like I'm draining you. How can we rebalance things? Be mindful of that. Or if you feel like you're draining someone, know that, show them this video. Because if somebody sends you a Scorpio, you can even just send them this part. If someone sends you Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Venus, you have a karma where the universe said the old you is fucking done. The old you is done, and I'm sending you this Black Widow to eat it up. So you have to start over. So you have to be reborn. You need to know of that power. You need to have boundaries for yourself. And like I said, if you've done it once, which I feel by this video, many of you have, a lot of times this happens early on in life for Scorpios when we're kind of like not conscious and aware. We get caught up in like toxic relationships. That usually happens young in a Scorpio's life. But look back at that and learn from that now so you don't have to repeat that process. Because usually once you learn from it, then, okay, we can move on to the higher vibrational side of it where we empower people instead of draining and disempowering people so there's nothing left of them. We move into the phase and, the type of Scorpio frequency where you are installing power in people. That is the other end. And that happens when you become aware of your power. So that way you fill up with power and you no longer feed off of other people's power. And instead you fill up with power so much that you overflow and it pours into other people. You need to know you're that bitch. You need to know. And no one's going to tell you when you have Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. Like I said, no one's going to tell you. They're going to suppress it, if anything. They're going to shame you for it. So you need to know who you are. You need to know how to gracefully and lovingly distribute who you are and your power into the collective. And that is so unique to each Scorpio. Because Scorpio is a sign of intensity. It's intensifying other energies in the chart. That's why you can have one Scorpio that's intensely loud and another Scorpio that's intensely quiet. It's just an amplifier. And like I said, to Scorpio energy, you are life. You also give life. So when you empower people, you tend to give them new life. And that is a really high vibrational, beautiful karma to be in. You got to earn your way there, and you really have to learn how to give your own self life. That is how you learn how to help others, is you help yourself. Bloom in the mud, Scorpio. Be the lotus. And now a positive thing, about being such an intense sign is that you live life so alive. The experiences, the feelings, the situations that a Scorpio finds themselves in, the stories that they get to tell, people around you know that you're fucking alive, that you're a magical person, and they envy that. There's got to be some perks, right, to being a Scorpio. There are really, really good ones, too. It's crazy how people don't talk about it, but everyone kind of senses it, because I know a lot of people, they kind of wish they were Scorpios. Scorpio also rules over mysticism. You are an insanely magical person, and your manifestation abilities can be powerful. And like I said, big responsibility. Because if you don't evolve into a high vibrational manner, you will get highly destructive. You get evil as fuck. This is Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. If you have Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, you can wreak havoc. You can and probably have caused people pain. You have probably been the villain in someone's story. You have probably been highly destructive to yourself and other people. That's a tough side of the sign. And usually this happens when you're not conscious and aware of the energy. When you don't even know you have this power, it just starts, or you're that suppressed person that we were talking about earlier, that suppressed person that just lets that power build and foster until it starts spitting out at everybody in this highly destructive, evil, painful way. That's how you know you need to find an outlet for that power, a healthy outlet for that power immediately, for the sake of yourself and the sake of other people. Now, I hate to, deliver the truth like this, but I am dealing with Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio. We have to be honest. Scorpio rules honesty. Scorpio rules over brutal honesty at that. We need to be bluntly honest, especially when we're dealing with things as dark as Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio. It doesn't get any darker than Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio. Scorpio rules over the underworld. It rules over, Hades energy. Think of the mythology of Hades. And then you put Black Moon Lilith in there. Think of the mythology of Black Moon Lilith. This is not the chick you want to be messing with. This can be violent energy too. Violent energy. Again, that's probably a sign that you have been fostering and holding back your power and not using it for what it's supposed to be used for. That it's attacking you. It's attacking you. And this is potent power. Scorpios cannot survive being attacked by its own power for very long. So we need to redirect it. So how do you empower this energy? Well, first of all, know and study yourself. Know and study yourself so that way you know what your power even is. Like I said, it's going to be unique to everybody. Know and study yourself. And then use the power for good. And pray every day. Spirit guides, show me the way to use this power for good. And when you do, like I said, you get trusted and protected in the process. You get unlimited energy. You become a literal powerhouse. And you do not have to prove your power to anyone. The things you need to learn, well, you need to learn how to honor, protect, and deliver the truth in a graceful, empowering way. You need to learn how to genuinely empower other people and empower yourself. You need to learn self-control, balance. Okay. Everything has its place. Let's say you're a sadist, you're a masochist. Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio can be both, can be either or. That is not something you want to be taking out on your friends. That's not something you want to be taking out on coworkers. That's not something you want to take out on, random people. You need to give that a realm. Hey, but that is something you can take out on, your sub if you're a dominatrix, right? There you go. It has its realm, it has its place, and it's not going to attack the other places. Okay, give your evil somewhere to go, where it's welcomed and where it's safe. Because there's places like that in this crazy, crazy world, my friend. And Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio knows that, thrives in it, even. will run that type of world. Energy can be used in yin yang, in good or bad, in weak or strong ways, in high vibrational ways, low vibrational ways. Scorpio knows this, but Scorpio also knows that none of that matters, really. It's not about right or wrong. It's not about good or evil. It's about survival. Natural law does not care, right? Who was right or wrong. The lion needs to eat the sheep, and the sheep needs to eat the veggies, and so on and so on and so on. Scorpio energy can live in that kind of mindset, can live in that kind of intensity, and it can have a lot of angst because of that. And it can face a lot of polarity within itself because of that. And it can be cold because of that. You could be a cold person with Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. Heartless as hell because of that. So be mindful. Know that. Try to connect with people again. Try to connect with nature again. Okay? It's okay to know, hey, nothing's really right or wrong, good or bad, because we are all right and wrong. We are all good and bad. All right? Not because anybody's above it or detached from it, but because we are all of it. We are all one. We are all one. So remember that, so you don't get detached and become cold. Pluto, that planet is cold. Okay? Icy. Scorpio moon is icy kind of Mars. It's not like fiery. Anything else I want to say about this? I do want to say this. You are a fucking anomaly, because the environment that you were born into was designed to kill you, and yet you fucking bloomed. You are an anomaly, and you are going to help other people survive shit like that with Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. Or if you're in low vibration, you're going to cause people, to, I'm choosing my words wisely here. You're going to create a stage or a foundation that is ugly, or that is not sustainable, or that is designed to kill others. The environment you create can be designed to kill if you are not vibrating at a high level with Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. So what does that look like? Getting people involved in like a job. Scorpio's real money. Knowing damn well, you're scamming them. Right there. The environment that's designed to kill. Shit like that. Now you could also be the opposite. When you're high vibrational, you can create the environment that empowers and that transforms and that protects and that is honest. Okay. I think that, woo, bitch, that was intense. Ooh, let me take a deep ass breath after and I was channeling for y'all there. Oh, let me have a sip of coffee. Let me have a sip of my water. Dehydrated. I'm a little lightheaded. Oh my oh my goodness. Scorpio energy is intense. Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio is intense. And I am a Scorpio moon. I thought I was the most intense out here. No, bitch. It's fucking Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. It is Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio that is the most intense, because y'all be doing your shadow work. Y'all be protecting yourselves. Y'all stay connected to good frequencies, healing, energy. And you'll be all right. and you will always be all right. Like I said, this energy can also be highly, highly protected, highly magical as well, highly powerful. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. This was I feel like it could also be in the energy forever at the same time. You know, again, I'm also very much at home with this Scorpio energy, so I could talk to you for hours. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment down below what your thoughts are, because I would love to hear your reactions or the notes you took or whatever. And tell people that our Patreon is popping. Tell people that there's good content on here, really educational, helpful, mystical content on here. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.